Welcome to a brand new episode of the post game. My name is Davion, and today we are back with some breaking news. Kind of a little bit later. I would love to have gotten this out last night, but Mauricio Pochettino is now the next head coach of the U.S. men's national team. I think this is a very, very, very interesting pick. I think this is a very good pick. I think this is the standard that we should hold ourselves at as a U.S. men's national team. But before I continue, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below about the signing. Let me know how you think Mauricio Pochettino will go. I'm going to talk probably 5-10 minutes max about how I feel about this signing. Obviously, being a Chelsea fan, having him at Stamford Bridge for all last season, I'm going to give my point of view and perspective on how I feel that he went. But, some ground rules, some accolades, if I may. Mauricio Pochettino, 294 matches in the Premier League, 150 wins, 70 draws, 74 losses. He started off at Southampton, then he went to Spurs, then he went to PSG, then he went to Chelsea. At Southampton, I don't know much about his coaching time there, but when he got to Spurs, he finished runner-up in the Champions League and 2019 season. He finished second in the league behind Leicester the year they won. I think it was 2016, 2017, something like that. Then he left Tottenham. Then he went to PSG, where he won the League One. He won French Cup. He won the French Super League. It's not hard to win, or it's not hard. Yeah, it's not hard to win over at PSG. So I mean, you take that with a grain of salt. Then he took some time off from coaching. I think he took a year, maybe two off from coaching. Then he came over to Stamford Bridge this past year, where he finished sixth in the league, had a great second half to this season. I know Chelsea had a lot of injuries, but I think the players loved him. I think he's a very, very good manager when it comes to fitness. When it comes to tactics, he leaves a little bit to be desired. What else would I say about him? As having him for an entire season, obviously playing against him for so many seasons, or watching my team play against him for so many seasons, I see the holes in his system and his team. I think he becomes very complacent at times with the squad that he has, and I am as a coach me as well. Excuse me. I am probably just the same way, so I mean, I guess I can't say much. But I think he becomes very complacent at times. I think there are times where you want him to install a very tactical system. I think there are times where, for me anyway, last season I tried to figure out what his tactical system was, and sometimes I just could never figure out what it was. So I think that's a big red flag. But I think he will come with some growing pains for this U.S. men's national team, with the World Cup being here in North America in 2026. He's going to have to really put us at that big scale, on that big stage, and really show why we are the real deal. I think with the talent that the U.S. men's national team have, Christian Pulisic, Chris Richards, all the guys. I'm not going to just name them all right now. We can be a very, very competitive team. I think we can be the England of the North Americas, but it's going to have to take a lot of time, a real system. It's going to take a real coach to really get that done, and I think he can be, and he is a real coach. And so it's just one of those things where I'm trying to really wrap my head about how people are like, oh, Greg Berhalter, he's obviously better than Greg. Yes, I 100% agree. But having him as your manager for 365 days last year really comes with some head scratches. I think he'll be good. I think he will jump into it, and he's a very hard worker. He demands a lot out of our players. Once we saw a system, and once we saw the correct players inside of the system, the Chelsea flourished in the second half of the season. So he could definitely get players like Brandon Aronson to really open up better than what he has been, because I just don't think he's been good enough, in my opinion. But with 2 years to the World Cup, we're definitely going to have to look at ourselves and figure out what it's going to be, because I think he can get us to that point. So with that being said, I think that's about all I got for the day. Let me know how you feel about the signing. Let me know if you think he can make a difference and get us past the group stage of the World Cup, because I personally think he can. But regardless, let me know what y'all think. I've been your host, Davion. This has been a post game. Peace.